Hey, it's Daniel John at Sturgis Speakeasy, and this is First Person.
Hello and welcome to First Person. First Person is all about the who, what, when, where, why, and how. We ask a random question and then we let each person have the last word. This is First Person.
I am Daniel John. I've always been Daniel John. Well, for a career, you're talking about that stuff, right? I would like to be, and I am, a DJ. I'm a DJ part-time, and I want to be full-time again as I was a few years back. So that's what I want to get back into. I work at Wink 104 part-time, so you know, weekends if you listen, a lot of times you'll hear me. They gave me the jacket with my name on, so I'm there, and you know, I enjoy playing the music. It's a great job to have, even if it's just part-time. I work as a DJ. Part-time, I work at Wink 104, and I play music for people. It's a music-oriented station, but you know, so a lot of that is the reason why I want to do it. I like music, and I think everybody likes music. Everyone likes to listen, and it's a popular station, so I'm lucky to work there. But hey, it's also about putting your own personality in it too, if you can. So you know, hopefully people enjoy listening to me. I mean, I think they do. I think I'm good at it, but I don't listen to myself too much, so I don't know, but exactly. But you know, it's fun to do. So that's I'm lucky to be able to have that as a part-time job. It's not my full-time job, but I'd like to get into it full-time if I could. I also work for the state as my full-time job. I work at the Department of Labor and Industry in the unemployment area, and you know, of course, you see a lot of people, you know, out of work. It's very difficult right now, so I'm fortunate. I consider myself really lucky to have that job, but yeah, it's not really what I want to do, you know. Well, I think that's, you know, I was pretty young, I guess. You know, I used to listen to the radio like everybody. You know, you listen, you know, like at night, you know, in your room, and used to listen to a guy, John Peel, who was, you know, pretty popular on Radio 1. They won a lot of stations when I was growing up. I grew up in Britain, and maybe, you know, I assume people knew that, but, so they won a lot of stations, and you really, you know, like the way that they're talking to you. It feels like they're in the room with you, and that's what I think radio should be. That's what I try to do when I work on the radio. But yeah, I've always kind of had an interest in it. Like when I was listening to it, I always wanted to see, you know, what goes on behind the scenes. And you know, I'm lucky to be able to, you know, see a little bit of that. Because I think, you know, even now people know more about what goes on, but it would probably surprise people. I guess most people would be surprised to see some of the things that happen if you were to go into the station and see the people who actually do their work. You know, host a radio show. See how that actually happens. So I've always been fascinated with it. So it was kind of like a little bit of a no-brainer to me, even though it took me a long time to get into it. It was kind of a no-brainer for me that that's what I wanted to do. It was in 1992. So you know, that's about 20. You know, that's 20 years ago. Yeah, exactly 20 years ago. And I was a college student actually before that at Millersville University, and you know, then I kind of ended up coming back here to live. You know, another thing when I was a kid was I was always really interested in this country, in the United States, and you know, I got a chance to visit when I was 17, and you know, I always liked it. Just kind of just a little bit of a fascination for me. So that's another great thing. I was able to come here to live. Not that I don't like, you know, or didn't like living over there back home, but you know, I've always liked it over here too. Wow, that is tough because I'm someone that doesn't really have I'm not that disciplined. Like I don't have, I don't make plans like I should. But you know what would be nice, because I was just on vacation there, would be to live in Hawaii. I was just on vacation, like I said, and it's so beautiful there. And I kind of think, wow, wouldn't that be great to live there all the time? Of course, it wouldn't be the same as being there on vacation, but it still would be really cool. It's just, I guess almost like everything people say it is about Hawaii, how nice, and it's so warm, and it's so beautiful. Yeah, you kind of feel a little bit of like that. You feel a little bit of that when you go on vacation there, and that's what I felt. So, yeah, if I could figure out a way to to go over there and live over there and be able to afford to live over there, which I guess probably isn't that easy. I think it's it's certainly a little bit expensive, but that would be pretty nice. It'd be pretty nice to be somewhere warm. Pennsylvania is great, but it does get a little cold in the winter, and I'm not the biggest fan of snow. So yeah, if we're going with geographic location, somewhere warm. Somewhere warm would be great, like Hawaii. Well, yeah, originally I'm from England, and we certainly know about precipitation over there. Mostly it's rain, not snow, though. So it doesn't get that cold, but it doesn't really get that warm either. So one of the nice things about not living there is you don't have those kind of miserable summers that you get, where it just seems like it rains every day. My parents, of course, still live over there, and that's what this summer was like. They were telling me, and I've noticed since they've got older and I've come over here, they like to go on vacation to warm places now. When I was a kid, not so much, but now they do. So it's almost like they're trying to get out of the country as much as they can as well. When I was in, let's go back to maybe my final year, what you consider high school over there. It was a grammar school. I really didn't do very well on my final exams, and I really didn't know where I wanted to go to college or what I wanted to do, because I didn't think I would even qualify to get anywhere. But I did end up at a business school right on the northeast coast of England, and I was studying a business program there. And they had an exchange program with Millersville University over here, obviously in Lancaster County. And as soon as I heard about that, I was driven more than anything to try and get into that exchange program. And I don't know whether it was more that I really wanted to get out of where I was studying at college, which wasn't the greatest place, but it was also because I wanted to. So it was a little bit of that, but it was also because I wanted to come over here, and the opportunity to spend a year in this country studying was a really great chance for me. So I did that, and had a lot of fun. Probably had too much fun, and but then after I was done with college, I ended up coming here to live. So it wasn't like I consciously decided, oh, I'm going to come to central Pennsylvania if I'm going to come to America. It was more that I wanted to actually come to the United States, and this was a great way for that to happen. So, and I'm still here. So, not that I would never consider going back to live in Britain, but I don't know what I'd necessarily do there. So, I think I'm good here, I enjoy what I do. I really enjoy working on the radio. I get the chance to do that, and I don't know if I'd be able to do that over there. I know, one of the things maybe people like about listening to me is, yeah, I do sound a little different because I'm from Britain, and I guess people like that. So it's nice to kind of feel like you're special in that way, even if it's just that. Well, I hope people should listen, because I think I'm pretty positive when I'm on the air. I think people they still want to hear a human voice. They don't, I mean, sure, people can listen to music, whatever kinds of music they like, but I think people also want to know that there's someone out there actually playing music, and also the idea that a bunch of people are sort of listening together, which you are if you're listening to the radio. It's sort of like a community, obviously, but people aren't physically together, but they're all listening together. And with morning shows, certainly a bunch of people can listen, and you can talk about that at work later on, and people do that every day. So I would love to be on a morning show. I've had the chance to do it a little bit, and that is a lot of fun to interact with, you know, the people on, you know, in the studio with you, and then also with listeners that call in, and just, you know, have that feeling that you're really kind of making some kind of impact in people's day. Hopefully, you know, brightening it, right? I think, you know, because I would bring something really different, and that's pretty important now, I think, to really stand out. There's a lot of things that, you know, almost anyone can do, and you know, they can, you know, talk about the things that you're supposed to talk about, but it's a lot of it is the way you do it. And I think I do bring not only that maybe I sound a little different, which, yeah, sure I do, but I think my perspective is pretty, I guess I'll say interesting in air quotes. You know, I was going to say warped, but no, I won't say that necessarily. It's like, you know, it's interesting. I have a different take on things that are going on. So I think that would be worthwhile to any station, you know, not just in Hawaii, wherever, but yeah, please let it be Hawaii. Well, I think I'm trying to be the last person on the planet to sign up with Facebook, and so I'm not on that, and I'm not on Twitter, which is, I guess that's pretty lame, isn't it, these days, when everybody else in the world is. But I do have an email address, so you can email me at dtajohn@verizon.net, or maybe even my state website address. Gosh, I don't know if they let us give that out, so I'm not going to give that one out. You'll never find that one. But yeah, go with dtajohn@verizon.net, and I will promise to check it regularly.
Okay.
It's still there, you know. I guess a lot of people feel like, well, it must be dying out. You know, people don't listen like they used to, and you know, I think suddenly listenership has declined. But then on the other hand, you could survey the population as a whole, and you'd find that something like 80 to 90% of people listen to the radio at some point during any given week. That's pretty high reach. You know, more than, you know, a lot of other media that's out there. So yeah, radio's still popular. It doesn't seem like it's really going away. It's still making a lot of money. Even, you know, with the consolidation of all the companies, maybe that's not such a good thing overall, but people are still listening to radio. So it's making an impact. That's how you probably found the favorite song that you like right now, is, you know, tuning in the car or wherever you listen.
Here is the random question. Now, let's say you do get that dream job in Hawaii.
Right.
How are you going to sign on your very first day at your dream job in Hawaii? Okay, so Daniel John, you're on your air talking to all, you're on the air talking to all of Hawaii.
All of Hawaii.
Yes.
Aloha, Hawaii. That's what you have to say, because that means hello. But obviously I gotta start with that. I'm like, hey everybody, it's not a mistake. Don't adjust your radio. It's really me. I don't sound Hawaiian. But keep listening, because you'll really love it. And we do have a Hawaiian co-host as well, so it's not like it's totally, you know, just some random stranger from Britain who happened to land in Hawaii on the radio. Give us a chance, and you will always be tuning in every single morning. You know, it would be like a normal morning show. We talk about whatever's going on in the news. We talk about my life. You know, how I'm doing in Hawaii. We probably have me attempt to pronounce Hawaiian words and fail pretty miserably. That could be like a pretty amusing segment that we would probably do on a regular basis. You know, I'd provide my observations on you know, what I think is so great about Hawaii. You know, the obvious things, the weather, and just the, you know, the beautiful ocean, and doing all of that stuff. Probably talk about how maybe I should learn to surf to really try and fit in more. there'd be, you know, so many things to talk about. There's always a lot of things to talk about. It's almost like, yeah, what do you narrow it down to? And yeah, you want specific answers now. It's kind of hard to exactly say. You always want to try and relate to your listeners. You want to be able to try and tune into the things that they're into right now, and you know, not be annoying. So it's hard to say exactly what I would do, because you really put me on the spot here. In Hawaii,
Yes.
Definitely not poi, if you've ever heard of that. It's that, it looks like black sludge, but it's made of taro leaves, so that's what I would not eat. You know what I had there my last day when I was just on vacation? Very simple, but I had fish and chips, and it was so delicious. And I know the fish must have been caught locally somewhere in Hawaii. Actually, there was a little lake there we were sitting next to, and there was a bunch of huge goldfish in there. And it turns out that these goldfish, I guess because they've, you know, been next to this little outside cafe for so long, these goldfish love the French fries. And you throw a French fry in, you'd think there were piranha in there for all the, you know, the flurry of activity in the water. You hear all the splashing, and if you look over, you'd see all these fish like fighting each other, almost like tearing each other apart just to get a French fry. That was almost worth it in itself. But yeah, the fish and chips themselves were really, really good. That's right. Yeah. So it's so I would say, you know, this is a morning show. So I'd say coming up is you know, Hawaiian Pete or whoever is the next guy on the air. Usually you want to promote whatever music he's got coming up, because I'm working for a music station, right? So I would say that. I would say, you know, coming up tomorrow we're going to have you know, more on me trying to pronounce Hawaiian words badly, helping you start your day with a lot of cool prizes. Because hopefully they have some cool prizes, like maybe surfing lessons, those surfing lessons that I need. So we promote all of that, and then you'd sign up by saying mahalo for listening, aloha, Hawaii. Aloha means hello and goodbye. Yeah, you know, I guess if I'm, you know, want to give advice to people, and I'm not really very good at that, but, you know, I want to keep it short and sweet here. But I'd say, you know, this is the stuff I'm trying to do is, yeah, number one, you know, try and have fun doing stuff. Try and enjoy yourself. And number two, try not to take yourself too seriously. Those are definitely words I live by. So that's what I think people should do. Try and have fun, and try not to take yourself too seriously. Life's too short. Life is too short. Life's too short to take yourself too seriously. Hey, it's Daniel John at Sturgis Speakeasy, and this is First Person.